Let me get my chat on here. There we go. Sure the volume's off. I'm gonna do something similar to what's up here today. Look how cool this comes out. The lines on these flowers. It's awesome. To do this too. It's really fun. Yeah, look at the like the twisted wood I put down here. Isn't that cool? I'll try and do that again. The leaves coming out of the flower pot. Got some daisies in the background there. This daisy came out pretty good. A rose. All right, I'm going to do something similar to that. We'll get started. This is acrylic paint. Let me tighten this up here. Cool. Let me turn this page. This is mixed paper. You could use it for acrylic or watercolor or pencil or markers. I'm really digging this cool style, so it's really fun. You really need to design anything, but you got to have some color in the background. So I've got a few here. I got my original. I got some neon. I don't think I'll use it. I got Hooker's green, Prussian blue, something else. This is Alizarin crimson, Naples yellow, burnt umber, and like a bluish green. I wanted to show you something at Michael's. If you have a Michael's near your house, they're getting rid of this level number 2 artist loft. So these were like $2.50, $2.50, and the big ones $5. These are normally like almost $11. Now this is ivory black is what we need for this type of style. So I got ivory black here. This is the last thing I do is put the. It's almost like a comic book. Let's get started. I'm just gonna whip some colors up here because we do need some background color. Let's do it like a blue sky. I got some Prussian blue here. It's pretty dark blue. See that? But for this style, we don't want the color so dark, so because the black won't show up then. So we're going to knock that blue down a bit with white. And let's get a light background up here. Maybe just around the edge because I'm going to have flowers right in here. So we'll just put blue around that. I got a little purple here too. Let's try a little purple. Just a little purple in there. Or violet. More white. We want it light. Because when you put the black on top of it, then it shows up much better. And you can wet your brush if you want. Wet your brush so the paint travels further. So I'm going to have a vase here on a table, and we'll have a bunch of flowers in here. So I'm going to put just enough colors in here. I wanted to try this Alizarin crimson, but we have to lighten it up just a bit with white, and maybe we'll have like a rose up there, and maybe a rose over here. We'll put some red in there. I got this cool, I think they call it Naples yellow. Let me rinse the brush off. I'm going to kind of imagine the flowers here and put the color there, but not really in the shape of a flower, because when we do the black part at the end, it's what's going to make the flower shape. flower pot, I think I'm going to make it burnt umber, a brown. So we'll add it to that. So we'll just put, let's do it like this. We'll just put the brown in like this, like abstract. And then I'll make a vase on top of that color. We'll do a yellow table down here. So I'll just put some of this yellow down. Maple's yellow. Look at that. And now we just got in here. I'm going to use some of that green with white, and we're going to make some green leaves here that are going to be coming out of the flower pot, something like that. You don't have to try and make leaves, just green color down here. We're going to make our leaves over the top of that. And let's see, we need I'm going to make my own orange. I don't want to use that bright orange. I'm going to make some Naples yellow with Algerian crimson, a little white, and we'll make some orange here. And I got some blue. Gotta lighten it up with white. And I'm gonna have maybe a rose down here on the table. All right, to go. I'm gonna let that dry for a second, and then we'll get started with the ivory black on top of there. Good. It already looks like an abstract painting to me. The rest of it, all you need is a knife, your favorite type of knife. I'm going to use this type of knife, and a paper towel. Wipe your knife off occasionally. Just wipe it off. When I first started this style, I was doing stuff like this. See how that came out? Pretty cool, huh? But I didn't know what to do. I wanted to make things. I didn't want to do squiggly lines, so I came up with this idea. And I'm trying to expand on it right now. So let's get started. This is going to be my flower pot. And I'll show you how I do it. Let's make a shape of a flower pot. We'll just use the knife real quick, and let's just shape the outer edge of a flower pot. Come out and around, kind of like a genie bottle. And you don't have to stay exactly on the brown color. Just make a shape of a bottle here, or a vase, I mean. We'll put a lip on it. Now once you got the outline, wipe your knife off and take your knife, the tip of it, and let's go around it with your knife. Wipe any excess paint off. Just take the tip through it and define the edge with it. Actually, pull this down more. See how cool that looks? Just keep any wet paint up there. Just grab your knife and work it with the knife. Just like that. There's our vase. Same thing on the left. Just take the tip, wipe any excess paint, take your knife and run it through around the lip. Try and leave some of the light color in there. That's all you want to do right there. You don't want to over pull it, because then it starts smearing. So that's how you want it to look there. Let me zoom into that and show you how cool it looks up close. Alright, let me get, let's do the table next. Then I'll start doing some flowers. So, the table, round table, we'll just do the shape of it first. I'm just using the very tip of the knife to design it. I just want to get some paint down on the canvas first, just like this. Now, same way, wipe the paint off, and I'll take the tip and just run it through the paint. Don't try and flatten it, just run the tip through it. And now I'm going to come down even more. I'm using more of the tip than the flat edge of that knife. Because once we get to the flowers, I'll show you, you can really pull this paint and make cool stuff. Like you can pull it up like this. It's perfect for landscapes. All right, there you go. Let's do a flower real quick so you don't get bored. All right, so to do a flower, let's do a daisy right here over this yellow. What you're going to do, put a little black dot in the middle, and then we're going to wipe that paint off the knife. Now, in the center, you're going to pull out and make your petals, okay? Make sure you're grabbing a little paint as you pull it. See that? Look at that flower. Wow. I'll show you how it looks up close, how cool it looks. It's almost a comic book effect. See how cool that flower looks? Now just imagine I'm going to fill this whole thing with stuff like that. I got different ways to make flowers, so. But look at that thing sitting up there. It almost looks like you could make a bird like that. I don't know what to call this art, but it's kind of cool. Let's make a rose on this red. So on a rose, what I do is I'll make like a small C, half moon, and then I'll make a half moon around that. And then we'll make another half moon around that. Now, the same thing like the table, wipe your knife off. We're going to run the tip of the blade through this. Just a tip. Don't flatten it. Just let the tip pull the paint around. You can pull some of the petals out. There we go. Look at that rose. Inside a little more. There we go. There's my rose. It's pretty fun. Let me get a little closer in here. Let's do a regular flower right here. Maybe kind of looking up that way. You can pull these stem petals as far as you want. This one I kind of used the part of the blade to make the look a little different than that one. Look at that flower. Wow. Let's do a big flower up here. We need a big flower up here. We'll put a bunch of paint in the center. Wipe off the tip, and we're going to pull this pretty far. Look at that. What I like about this technique, you can go over the other flowers and it'll look like it's layered. Let's do one of those stems I was talking about coming off the rose. So what you do is just run some black down into your vase like that. Now wipe your blade off the tip and run it through it. Don't flatten it. There's two ways to do this. You can run the blade just a tip through it like that, or flatten it like this one. Now I'm going to try and make it look like, vines going across. So just make some S shapes across it like this. You have to go both ways to make it look like a vine is going around the stem. Look how cool that looks. Let's put a few leaves here. Leaves are pretty easy. You just gotta put some black there and just pull it out 2 or 3 times to make some leaves. Put a little black and then whip it out. Whip the leaves out. See that? Now the rose has some leaves there. We could put thorns on here too by just whipping out really quick little thorns. So much you can do with this technique. I'm still trying to figure a lot of things out, so let's do another rose down here. Look at that rose. What this technique does, it almost makes the shadow part of the flower. See that? Let's do another stem here. I'm going to try and do this one a little better so you can see the vines going through the stem. Really cool technique. It's actually pretty fun to do. Let's try and make bigger. Looks like there's a vine going around the stem. Make some leaves by just pulling. And we'll make some thorns coming off the stem. Look at that. Doesn't that look cool? Let me zoom into that. That looks pretty wicked, man. Look at that stem I just did. It's got leaves. I'm not trying to make everything perfect, but you know that those are leaves. So far it's coming out pretty good. I'm really digging this. Let's just do some more flowers. At the very end, I'm going to put a bee up here, okay? Let's do some more flower. Let's do the leaves next. We have to get all this green. So we're going to have some leaves coming out of the pot. So just put some like this. And I'll put some going this way. Get some paint down on there. Now, on this one, you got to start, I think from here. Let me see. Just whip it out and it'll create leaf like stuff. That looks cool. Do it on this side. It's a very cool technique. You got to get used to it. I really like this here. I got to learn how to pull the paint around. It's going to take a little practice, but the final piece, it's going to look awesome. Okay, there's my leaves. Now, you can kind of see how I did that. Let's take a look at them, how cool they look. You don't have to pull them too much. Just get them to look, you know, green, because there's green underneath there. And you don't want to make black disappear, because that looks like shadows now, okay? I'm trying to master this technique. Look at that rose. See how the rose came out? See how petals? All I did was make a C this way around it. I mean, it's pretty cool. I like those leaves. I don't know if they look pretty cool to me. I'm not even a flower guy, but the way I'm making these, they look pretty cool. I don't even know if there's flowers out there that look like that. Let's do I'm going to do a big, right here. Put the black down. And I'm going to make it looking right straight at us. So what you do is pull from the center in all directions. Almost like the sun. Pull out in all directions. You can keep working it till the paint dries. I like that. Almost looks like a star, doesn't it? And we'll put a big flower right here. This is probably the easiest thing to learn is these flowers. You got to pull from the center though. Cool. They all come out a little different. They're not all going to look the same. And we'll put one right here. I just want to fill this in with cool stuff now. And the harder you scrape, the color will show up more underneath. I'll scrape with your knife. And you can go over like that stem. I'm going over that stem, but it's gonna look good. Because it's gonna look layered. Zoom into that for you. See how I went over the stem back there? Actually looks better. It's layered. It's really coming out pretty good. All right, let's do a different type of flower now. I'm going to do like a rose. That you're looking at the rose maybe sideways, but it's not going to be a rose. It'll be something else. We'll do it right, maybe right here. So I'm going to pull up and make like a U shape. Some leaves on it. Put a sideways flower here. Almost looks like a butterfly. And we'll put a small one here. Just keep filling it in. I don't know if anybody out there is going to try this. Maybe somebody will try it in the future. But this is really fun, doing this type of work. Raylyn, how you doing? My week's going good. Remember you. Yeah. Who's that? Jalrich. I'm drawing with. Yeah, I'm making. This is a new style I came up with, guys. I'm just trying to show you how I do. Just trying to fill it up with flowers right now. And I'm going to try and make a bee over here with this knife. If you didn't see how I got to this point, you might want to watch it from the beginning. But I'm actually making all the shapes with this black color. And since I have color underneath, the flower takes on the color underneath. Like this rose is red, so now it's red. This is coming out pretty good. Let me try to take a breather here. Let me zoom into some of these things so you can see how cool they look. The detail on these flowers are awesome. See the stem down here? I put like vines around it. And the leaves coming out of the flower pot. Looks pretty cool. It's a cool style. I really dig it. I'm going to fix the pot up a little better. Let's do next. Then I'll do the bee. So I want that pot to look more round. So let's see what I'm going to do here. That's good enough. I'll run some white in there. Let's put a shadow here. Oh, right on. So let's see. Everybody left. Hey, Ed. You made it. I'm trying out this new style. I really dig this, man. I don't think anybody out there is brave enough to try this. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm gonna try and do a bee right now. Let's see if I can do it. I'm just put a round shape here, and then I'm out of paper towels. Oh boy, I gotta go get more paper towels, Ed. I have to use this one. It's been. All right, let's see if I can do this bee. Uh, Put some stripes in there. That looks cool. Put some legs. And we'll put the black head up here with some antennas. Very cool. Let's see. His wings. There we go. I think I kind of like that. Put a stinger on him. Oh, you know, I got stung by a bee the other day. A wasp. The sticker didn't come out. The stinger didn't come out, though. Wow, that's a fat bee. Look how fat that bee looks. He's been eating his own honey. But it looks cool. I'll probably throw a little yellow in there to make it look more colorful, but that's how you do it. You just work the paint, you get the shape you want. There's so much you can do style. It's pretty amazing. This it started out like doing this kind of stuff first. And I'm like, there's got to be a way to, you know, use the knife to make this stuff look cool. But it's a work in progress. that's it for this one. I'm going to put some now. So I'm going to try and highlight it the way I usually do with this titanium liquid white with small strokes, quick strokes. I'm kind of happy with the way it looks now, but I think we do need some like highlights here. I'll start with the lip base. You don't have to overdo it with the white. On the rose, just a little here and there. Just like that. Don't overdo it. I mean, because it already looks good. You do need some of this white. Oh, there's my alarm. I got some a turkey pot pie. Turkey pot pie in the oven. I got to go shut the oven off here in a second. My brush is getting old. It used to make really small, fine lines. Dang. I'm putting these on X, the new Twitter, and people are really digging these. I went from like 100 followers up to like 250 within a couple days by putting this type of art on there. They're not really into landscapes on X. It's not my favorite social media platform. All right, that's I think that's all the white I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll put a little on the bee's wing. That's it. I really like this. Since I'm off tomorrow, I think I'm gonna eat my pot pie and come back and do a live. I'll probably do a landscape. But there it is. A new style I'm working on. It's still a work in progress. I think it's pretty cool. Pretty cool style. These flowers really look wicked. They almost, the way you pull the paint. Alright guys, I'm going to eat dinner real quick, but I'll be back. If you're still around, come and check out my landscape. I'll do it pretty quick. I'll try and do it like a 30-minute landscape. Good to see you, Ed. Ray Lynn, good to see you again. I'll do a landscape next. Cheers, everybody.